Hello, according to Kimbo here, welcome to the channel. And today we are going to discuss the reasons why applying for jobs nowadays is a nightmare. And I think a lot of people are not talking about this, but I think I should be the one talking. I think we should be having this discussion because right now, to be honest, applying for jobs takes a lot of work. And for sure, there is no much guarantee. I think that's the reason why getting jobs nowadays in this economy is not as easy as people think it is. Because honestly, getting a job nowadays is not a walk in the park. You see, let's start from the beginning. First of all, there's a lot of effort you have you must have put in before you even start applying for those jobs. Before you even try to look for those jobs, first of all, you have to gain those skills, those very important skills, because you cannot apply for any jobs without the necessary skills that are required in that particular field. For example, me, I'm a software developer. Okay. And for you to be a software developer or a software engineer, for that case, you need to have the technical skills required for you to handle the job. And trust me, it's going to take you years, or if you are some kind of a genius, it's going to take you a lot of months to just master some skills. And if you had undergone, schooling and went to college, you're going to take a lot of studying, in the schooling system. If you're a doctor, for example, and you want to apply for jobs as a doctor, you'll have to go through med school. You'll have to study, go through primary, go through secondary, go through campus, and all that. Make sure that you gain those skills required for you to be a doctor, for you to actually treat people. Because some professions like doctors and lawyers, they need those certifications, and you need to be you cannot just wake up out of nowhere and decide to be a lawyer. You need to be admitted to the bar, and it takes a lot of learning and a lot of effort. And likewise, that applies also to medical schools, right? You need to have the medical license for you to practice medicine. And those are just the efforts, before you even start applying for the jobs. After that, now you come to the second phase, drafting your CV. And that too takes a lot of effort because you need to make sure that you have put those relevant skills in the CV. You have to make sure that there are no typos in your CV, because then employers you are afraid that employers are going to notice, and then they are going to judge you based on your CV. Even without seeing you, they'll definitely judge you. And so you have to spend a lot of time drafting your CV and checking that there are no typos in your CV. Then now you come to the third step, which is now application for jobs. And to do that, you have to go through job sites like LinkedIn, filter the companies you want, uh, probably even become some kind of prophet predicting which companies are actually legitimate companies, because there are nowadays a lot of fake companies online who just post jobs with the aim of not hiring at all. They have no intention of hiring you, but they are willing to waste your time. Some even they just want to look relevant, right? And we'll come to that in a moment. So, but there is a lot of effort, and then now you have to be invited to interviews, right? You go to the interviews. Sometimes you find that some companies, especially if you are applying for maybe software engineering role, you find that there are rounds and rounds of interviews. The first round, there is the technical round where they have to test your technical skills. The second round is probably, the one that you have to convince them that you're the right fit for this, and then and so on and so on. So you find that you are going multiple rounds, sometimes up to 4 rounds or even five, especially if you are applying to big tech and I think the big four firms, auditing firms. You see, there are rounds and rounds of interviews, and you find that you can qualify for the first round, the second round, the third round, the fourth round, and then the fifth round you miss. So what happens to your time? Wasted. You've wasted a lot of time, sometimes even months together with this big tech. And it's all, nobody comes to uh, you know refund you for wasting your time. They say time is money, but if you've lost it applying for jobs, then you've lost it. It's not coming back. Those are just some of the efforts it takes for you to apply that job. Now, don't even get started. The second point is, fake jobs. Companies post fake jobs. Some companies post jobs with no intention of hiring at all. You go there, very hardworking employee. You are looking for that job, very qualified. You go on to LinkedIn, you apply for that job, and then there is no feedback at all. These companies, they post jobs with no intention of hiring. And don't even get me started, because with the bots, some companies nowadays, they use robots to just filter out your CV. They've not even seen you. They don't even know you personally to judge you, to say that you're qualified or not. But by just filtering you, there's those AI systems which are supposed to just filter your CV, and then you miss that opportunity. Okay, and I think this is just some of the things that make job app search very tedious. You find that some companies, they post jobs with intention of just collecting personal data. Some companies, and I think these are just scam companies, they collect personal data of applicants, and then after collecting that, they're supposed to sell now this data to other companies or other individuals, which I think, in fact, it's very illegal according to some laws of some countries. You don't just collect people's data and try to sell them, knowing that in the first place you lie to them that this is a job that they can apply, this is a role that they can apply. But your whole intention was to just collect personal data and sell that data. I think, in fact, if you're doing this, I think you should be arrested. If you ask me, I think you should be arrested. And then now, there are some companies applying just for formality. You find that in some companies, they only do internal hiring. It's very difficult to get into some of these companies, especially NGOs. They do internal hiring, but they pretend to hire externally, right? You find that they just post jobs for formality. Then they invite you to attend the interviews, but in reality, they already know who they are picking, and it is some intern in their organization or someone who is just who they already know, but they're using you as to just come pretend, so that they can pretend as if they are hiring from outside, but they are actually hiring from within. Now, by doing that, what happens to your time? Wasted. It's wasted, and nobody is coming to refund you. Okay, nobody is coming to pay you. Sometimes you find yourself even traveling from different parts of the country to just come to the city to take that job. You've wasted fare, you've wasted your time. It's a lot of time wasted, and nobody is going to refund you. You go home with some hopes, hoping to be called back, but nobody is calling you back, because they actually just post jobs with no intention of hiring. See, that's another point. That's another reason why now job search nowadays is just so tedious. It's sometimes some people even quit applying for these jobs. You find that your career is not paying, because now it's all a gamble. Nobody is there to pick you. You see, if sometimes you have to have like connection and all that, but for what? If you don't have a connections, you find that you're not getting the jobs, you're not landing the jobs. Talk about a company's horrific reviews. You go to LinkedIn, for example. You find that there are some companies, in fact, it's as if they enjoy hiring and firing people. You find that the average in this company has been existing for 10 years, but the average time that employees stay there is what, 3 months. So you're telling me that I just arrived and you have already fired me. You see, that means that there are people who get fired within that month. You see, they just get hired today, then after 1 month they get fired. Because if the average is 3 months, that means a lot of people are getting fired 1 2 months. So what's the point of me applying for all those jobs and then you trying to hire me? In fact, I think some employers they talk about this like it's something that is so good, online. They say, hire faster and fire even faster. And they keep talking about this in some podcasts. I see them online and I'm like, wow. Do you know the effort it takes for that person to apply? Do you people even consider the effort it takes? You see, or you just so greedy and just might care about your profits. You don't even care about the employee themselves, which I think it's something that should be protected. And then another point is, you see, these companies, you find that they don't even display the salaries. You're applying for jobs, you get taken to what, 6 rounds of interviews, and in the end, you find that they're offering 20,000 Kenya shillings. After all that effort, seriously? Come on. You've taken me 6 rounds of interviews, and then you're telling me that the salary is what, 10,000 or 20,000? Come on, you should have told me that initially. And you find that they don't want to tell you in the earlier phase, because they know that you're going to be scared, that they are paying so poorly, and that you are going to shy away and not go through the full interview process, which I think is something that should be reviewed. Especially in Kenya, you find that companies are not really obligated by the law to reveal their pay. I know in some countries like the US, for example, you find that companies they do that revealing, they reveal the salary before you even apply, so that you know what that job, what you're targeting in mind. But in Kenya, there is nothing like that. And the MPs, I think they're too lazy to pass those laws in parliament. There's too lazy. All they are doing is politics there. And I think it's something that should be passed so that employees should not be exploited in the process. What do you think? Uh, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and of course subscribe to my channel. I'll be dropping videos every time here, and of course I'll appreciate your support. Okay, thank you, and please leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next one.